I'm closing the shop. Crispy noodle bun, it's back. Hello, I'm a shop. I am so desperate to pop puss. This is someone's full-time job. ADHD made me believe I could do it all. Okay, marketing hun. Can we just rewind a sec? I just really wanted this to work. That's just me. This is the unofficial Neurodiva uniform. Like watching Whiplash personified. What's up? You will. Okay, I feel better now I've spoke it out with you. Am I gonna keep the shop open? I'm closing the shop. I don't even know why I just laughed because I was just crying. Welcome back, Neurodivas. How are you? I hope you had a lovely weekend. Let me just fill you in, okay? It's Monday. This morning, I woke up to one of the Rave babes sending me a pic of her at the Rave, wearing her Rave babe top. Although she looked absolutely stunning, I was like, what is that? What is that? Because that ain't what I approved. That ain't embroidered, that's printed. It wasn't even the old design, it was like the oldest design, like a test run. Remember the printed ones? And then I put them through the wash and I was like, yeah, no, I'm not really happy with them because I can tell that they're gonna peel. And then we reconfigured everything, embroidered. I couldn't understand that. I had done a test order myself through the website. That's how I shot everything. And they all came embroidered. They were all perfect and fine and lovely. And then the Rave babes who ordered as soon as I launched, they received everything embroidered, so it was all set up fine. And then for some reason, yeah, there is just, I think about 8 orders that went out Friday, already delayed from the supplier, but they went out wrong. I've had a back and forth with them this morning about it. This started at like 7 AM by the way, so yeah, really stressful. With the delays last week, them going out of stock and the other problems, I am at a point 2 weeks in after launching where I'm waking up feeling sick, wondering what I need to deal with today, like what problem is going to come up today. And I know that I kept saying like I love problems, but not these. I've realised, like I said in the last vlog, this is a full-time job in itself. This is customer service, refunds, marketing. I'm looking at orders back and forth, cross-checking them across all different suppliers. I'm obviously having to communicate all the time with the Rave babes. And thank God, right, that I did not market it last week and most of the orders have gone out to the Rave babes, which is the best thing really because they are so understanding and well, they're just me babes and they get it and they know what shit I've been having with the supplier. But if it was any other customer, like if I'd have done marketing and run ads and brought more customers in, can you imagine what I would be dealing with right now? I hate being out of control. The idea of not seeing a product before it goes out to the customer wigs me out beyond belief. Like I hate that. But that's how print on demand is. I had to have so much blind trust with this. It's worked for other people. It works for other people. I think I put too much pressure on this to be a sort of life jacket because as well as I obviously wanted to do this for the Rave babes, hence their own collection, but I also have a wider audience of neurodivergent women and I want to create things as a brand. The amount of people that tell me I need Neurodiva on a t-shirt and stuff like that, and then finally I could make it happen. And it came at a point after waiting for so long, like 2 years, for me to actually be able to afford to buy samples and get it rolling, that when it finally came I was like, this is it. And the shop was supposed to sort of be something I can get stuck into and grow this alongside being a content creator, working with brands, building a life and a work stream that fits my brain finally. And I can't tell you how happy I've been to work to my strengths for the first time in my whole life. The fact that this is not working and content creation is not enough to currently like sustain my life is a really confronting feeling, I guess, and I just really wanted this to work. Do you think this is like a world record for someone starting and closing a business? Crispy noodle bun, it's back. I need to vent to you, Neurodivas. I've got about 20 emails, 20 unread emails. It's like fucking so I just need to talk this out with you. I know you won't mind. I'm such a verbal processor. The supplier is saying that half of the orders and half of the products, more than half of the products are linked completely fine and there's nothing wrong with them. But this specific SKU has linked wrong. What they've done is refunded me, then I've got to pay the production costs again if I'm gonna get them sent to the Rave Babes again, but embroidered. I need to go into Shopify, put the orders through again with 100% discount. Why can't they just put the orders through on their end? Can't I just pay them like they've got the design? This is what's annoying me. The extra steps. And have I been too hasty with pulling the clobber? Have I been too hasty? Is that my impulsivity coming out there? Or is this just part of the process when you launch? Teething issues, you know? I don't know, because I don't know anyone else that's done this. I literally just posted a story just then. I mean, I've already told you, but the amount of jobs within this is someone's full-time job. Quality control is someone's full-time job. Doing refunds is someone's full-time job. Okay, I feel better now I've spoke it out with you. Right. I've just had a thought. I just fixed everything with the help of the supplier. They actually have been so helpful, so thank God for that after 9 rounds. Can we just rewind a sec? Because didn't last week they tell me that they run out of black racer tanks?
Their orders coming in. All of a sudden, the supplier for the baby tees and the racer tanks emails me and goes, darling, we've run out of stock. And I was like, okay, till when? October. So
where are they getting this extra stock from? I don't want to put this out there, I don't, and I am really hoping when they told me that they could replace them, that they accounted for the fact that these are the black racer tanks, because why are you telling me they've gone out of stock and then telling me you actually have stock to help me rectify the orders? Just let something go right. I just received an email from one of the Rave Babes, and the kindness, the support, the understanding and the patience, I've never known anything like it, and I just love this community. I hate saying communities and like community buzzword, but what I mean is, because I've not even been able to be a part of my own group, I guess, that I've built so far, basically because I've been in survival mode. The raves that I've been able to go to, or events and festivals, have been very few and far between, which I hate, because obviously this is a passion of mine and a lot of my identity is based around nightlife and going out and connecting and popping puss. Just really shit that I've not been able to have that freedom. I just could never have predicted this era of my life going on for so long. Like the fallout from 3 years ago, quitting my full-time job because I was so traumatized and so burnt out trying to move to the other side of the world, it not working out, being ill for over a year, being out of work, simultaneously building this community and becoming a content creator, teaching myself editing, working with brands. It's just taking a really long time for this to become sustainable, and it means that I don't get to be a part of things that I have built. I think that's why I also want everything to be right and go well. This shop just felt like a bit of a life jacket, and also something that I could give to the Rave Babes so that they have something when they're out and they can recognise each other, and it's a way for me to stay connected to everyone whilst I can't be as free. A couple of the Rave Babes was like, oh, I'm just happy with this, like you don't need to send another one. But no, I want them to have the versions that I intended, and they're so much cuter anyway. The embroidery, you've seen it, let me show you. Remember these? But this wasn't even what was sent out. Like the text was massive. That's how I knew that it was like a dummy order. It is starting to crack, so I don't want the Rave Babes or anyone to have these ones. They'll probably get a couple of wears out of it, but the embroidery has been through the wash like 3 or 4 times for me now. Do I have one here? Let me get the embroidery one. I was wearing this one at the weekend, popping puss one. You can't tell me that don't look better, you know? It just does, and it will last as well because it's embroidery. That's not gonna peel off. We ain't got to worry about that. I don't really know what to do now because obviously the supplier was actually really helpful and they've assured me that everything's fixed now. So I don't know whether to remove them or not. It's just the waking up every day wondering what is going to happen next, you know, because this has just completely derailed 2 weeks of my life now. That's sexy bass. Who's got the ID already? I never know. Tonight I'm gonna love you. Tonight I'm gonna love you. Neurodivas, that was the Peach Boys. Don't make me wait. I'm planning to film my next short form episode today. I think I've only done like 2 or 3, but I have this series where it's like POV, you're on a smoky dance floor in the 80s in New York and this is the music you'd hear, and then I've like created a list of tracks that you would absolutely hear and it's supposed to like transport you to that exact moment. I think up things like this all the time. Like I connect music to moments and I'm always thinking, what does this track remind me of? Where is this track taking me? I look deep into things like this. Is it because I'm neurodivergent and a sensitive soul and connect to music so deeply? Or is it because I am a Scorpio moon? I don't know, but either way, that's just me. The reason why I played that track is because I think I'm going to include it for my next episode, which is going to be music for the yearning stage, if it was the 80s. Bet your life Alexander O'Neill's going to be on there. This is just ultimate yearn, isn't it? Anyway, that's enough of that. You know, I saw Alexander O'Neill live in 2023, January 2023. Best night of my life. I'm so happy that I got to see him because I think that was his like final tour or something like that. But he played If You Were Here Tonight. He played The Lovers, he played all of the classics like Hearsay, but he didn't play Saturday Love, which still breaks my heart. It is Wednesday. Let me give you an update about the shop. I think in the last clip I said about them running out of stock and then them telling me that they've got enough stock for the reorders, which didn't really make sense because how have you managed that then? Most of the orders have gone out. They were quick time with the replacements, which I'm so grateful for, but there were 2 that I had to refund because they told me they've gone out of stock, which that's what I said. I want the Rave Babes to have the versions that I intended, and so the fact that some of them have got the wrong ones and they can't be replaced with the right ones till like September or October, it's just a bit shit, you know what I mean? Giving them refunds. I ain't had any other emails with problems, delays or anything like that. I'm not expecting everything to run smoothly, but I think in my mind I thought I was going to be able to continue as a creator and sort of have the shop as like an extension that just sort of runs in the background, and my marketing and promo strategy would be me wearing the clobber, getting pics, uploading them as carousels and on my story and stuff like that. So it's not obvious. It's not like, hello, I am a shop and I need you to buy all my stock, because that's not, I just want it to be ticking over constantly. That's not how it's worked out, because obviously I've now got 15 new full-time jobs. ADHD made me believe I could do it all and it weren't going to be that intense, and it absolutely is. So, am I going to keep the shop open? I'm still not sure. Maybe I'll keep it going, see how new orders are flowing through. I've had about 3 or 4 new orders, not through that supplier though. For the other products I've had orders for caps and bags, and they always run smoothly, like there's nothing wrong with them. I might give it like another week or 2. I will try and do some marketing of some sort, if I can even fit that in. See, this is the thing. The time that I would spend on marketing is the time I want to be spending on my own content. I want to talk to you. I want to wear it and the marketing does itself. Maybe that's delusional. Is it delusional? I've never done this before. I don't know. I want to be creative. I want to have the brand. I feel like it's been a success in that way, but I didn't realise what would come with it. God, this ain't gonna do nothing for the old posture, is it? It's giving queen prawn. I just want to address the fact that it's chaos around here, all right? Every week is like this. You're gonna get to know me and you're gonna be like, wow, it is like watching Whiplash personified. I know if you've got ADHD, if you're also a neurodiva, that you'll understand. But I'm not someone that likes to dwell for too long. I feel emotions so much and I will cry and then I will snap out of it and pick myself up and carry on. One, because I've got no choice. And two, because it uses up so much energy to, you know, if you wake up and you're not feeling the best, if I just allowed that to happen, to take me all day, what a waste of a day. Like, that is such a waste of a day. There are some things that do weigh on you more than others, but for the most part, I really just can't be asked to sit in misery. So it is really up and down, quick time. I'll be crying 1 minute, spiralling, and then I'll be out of it, and we'll be having like a disco intermission, which is what happened last week, and that's just pretty normal. It's pretty normal for me. Also, I'm gonna film a quick video about my new ring, which, if you saw a couple of weeks ago, I said I needed a new ring because she broke after 10 years. And I'm not someone that replaces my rings constantly. I like them to last. I'm not sold on it, which I will say. I'm about to say in the video. You've probably already seen it by the time this goes up. I was rushed into making this decision. If you want to know more, the ADHD experience of just life and shopping, it will be a short. I might end up getting another one in the future, not anytime soon. But for now, she's fine. The heavens have opened. It's been absolutely shitting it down all day. And you know what? I'm glad about it. What's that? Yeah, just wearing the Neurodiva tee in a size small. Get it on disco@els.com. This is the unofficial Neurodiva uniform, by the way. I'm ill. What's up? You ill? I'm really trying not to open this Mac. When I'm ill, I get so bored that I end up doing something and then my nervous system is activated and then I end up locked in for like 6 hours and then I'm like, oh, I feel worse than I did at the start. I wonder why. So I'm watching a load of YouTube and resting, having a lemon and herb tea, and I'm on a diet of rice cakes right now. I don't know if it's because of this stress. It's been pretty intense and that sometimes can mess with your digestive system, especially off the back of what happened to my liver. She was already struggling. At the moment, she's activated. This ain't been my favourite week so far, but let me just tell you something, right? In the last clip, I think I said in the last clip about how I thought the marketing would just sort of do itself. Couple of stories, wear the merch in every short form video, you know what I mean? And I did this about a week ago. I created a carousel on ADHD. I think it was like unhinged ways I take care of myself, which popped off a little bit, which I'm happy about because I feel like those things people don't really talk about, like the messier sides of looking after yourself instead of the 56-step skincare routine and LED mask session, overnight oats, all of that bollocks. I never see online representation of what looking after yourself can look like as an ADHD woman. Sometimes it's the bare minimum because we're fucking exhausted, yeah? And that's okay. Anyway, in that carousel, I used an image of me. I think it was the product image that I used of this tea, and I used a couple of other product images. I thought, you know what, if a stranger was to see that, who wasn't familiar with my content, they might be like, oh, I like that. Where can I get that? Someone followed me from that carousel and left a comment saying as soon as I saw this t-shirt, I needed it, and I checked on Shopify and she'd bought one. And I was like, wow. Okay, marketing hun. It worked. I think, yeah, maybe I've been a bit hasty. I probably won't close the shop. I will keep going with this sort of low-level background marketing, especially whilst I'm stressed and she's stressed, and see where it goes from there. I guess. I'm really sorry that this is another shite vlog. I'm aware that I've just been on this sofa in a rotation of different outfits. So I can only apologise. I've been watching a load of Ibiza vlogs, which ain't helping whatsoever, because you're living the life that I want. We use it as inspiration, motivation, and we don't fucking quit. Yeah? I'm gonna end the video here. I'm crossing the girls that I'll be back on my bullshit. And I'll see ya next week, Neurodivas.